Welcome back, guys. Got our afternoon coffee brewing. Cleaned the floor in here today. Pardon all the stuff that's in here that needs to be cleaned out. But I did get the floor all cleaned up and the tank cleaned, so everything looks good in here. The cows are not happy with me because it's grain time, so that we have to do. She said, hurry it up. Less talking, more working. Turn the light on so you can see what's going on, because it is a very dreary, rainy day. Watch this first taste of grain here. Delicious. Hi. Hi. Look at yours. Thank you. If you can't tell by how wide she is, Greta is a pig. Some fresh milk from the tank. Too much. I think our coffee maker's dying. It's all right. Well, so our coffee break is over. Brent was just getting sawdust for the barn because we're leaving the cows in tonight. We leave them in every night in the springtime, but the skid steer has a flat tire, which is ironic because literally 2 days ago we were talking about how these tires were so much better than the other tires that we had because we haven't had a flat tire in the whole time we've had them. I think it'll be 2 years this June. We don't go through skid steer tires very often. So I gotta get some tools because we have to change a tire. I think that it's an inch. It's either that or it's 15/16, but I'm pretty sure it's an inch, so we're gonna go with our gut. Hope we don't have to walk back. Well, he was gonna drive it over to the shop, but he doesn't want to ruin the rim because it's already coming off the rim, so we're gonna have to do it in the rain. We had like a week of nice weather and it couldn't happen then. I was right. Now I just need the impact on it. Pretty sure I left it in the Massey. update on the Massey. We ordered the turbo and we haven't gotten any tracking information on it yet, but we had our order confirmation and everything. Sometimes they don't send the tracking information, so it could be on its way, who knows. But if you're new here, this is a Massey Ferguson 6150, 1997. We just bought this last fall. It had some issues that we knew about and some issues that we didn't. And now we're working on getting it fixed. On the plus side, this rain is really going to help everything grow. Look how much greener it is already. I'll put them in your cup holder. Yeah, I gotta clean it off anyway. Then I gotta clean it off. They're not gonna want to work on that.
No. They won't work on it. Taking over like that, they just won't.
Don't blame them. Definitely need to be pressure washed before they work on it. Also, here, I got one. This is why net wrap can be dangerous right here.
Holy cow.
I know. You can't even see it behind the tire either. Probably some on all of them. Oh, that one doesn't have any. Is that baler twine?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. What is this? Might want this for that. That reaching there?
Might. I actually think we got most of it. We just towed out the barn and the cleaner's running, and I thought that since the pit is clean, I want to show you guys what it actually looks like when the manure is coming from the barn and into the pit. I don't think I've ever showed you guys that before, but if manure bothers you, like looking at manure like squishing out of a pipe, if you think that's going to bother you, don't watch this next part. But I can't imagine if you're watching this channel that manure would really bother you that much. Look how much water we've gotten just in rain. But you just saw a little bit come out of the pipe, but basically there's a hydraulic cylinder in the barn, like with a plunger on it. And when the barn chain carries the manure around and drops it into the hopper, the plunger pushes the manure out underneath. There's like 2 gates. And when the plunger is pushing, the gate that lets manure in shuts, and the gate that lets manure out here opens. So you can see that's what's happening right now. It's pushing the manure out here. It looks disgusting. I apologize. But that's how it comes out. And when that stops, what's happening is it's shutting the outside gate that lets manure come out here, and it's opening the gate to the hopper so that it can get filled and get ready to push the next stuff out. So I know a lot of you wonder how that works, and it fascinates me too. That, I mean, it's quite a ways. It's probably, I don't know, must be 150 feet from the pump house all the way over to the pit. Probably, maybe it's 200 feet. It's quite far. This barn is just about 200 feet long. It's 180 feet or something like that. And I think if you swiveled it, it'd be just about that far. So I don't even know if you guys can see me now because my camera's covered in water, but I think it's pretty innovative and it saves a lot of work. We don't have to spread manure out every time we run the barn cleaner, because it used to be that they ran up a ramp and they dropped into a pile, or sometimes they dropped into a pit. But here it dropped into a spreader, and you would go out and spread it once the spreader got full. So probably every other milking, you would go out and spread a load of manure. And you even had to do that in the winter when it was 20 below. I, for one, am very thankful for the pit and the cleaner system. Which side do you want?
That one.
This one? You want me to set it down?
Yeah. Okay.
You want me to get this? They're in the tractor. Okay. Alright guys, so we completely forgot that we had a spare skid steer tire put on the last time we had a flat tire. That was like 2.5, 3 years ago. So we're gonna pop that on. We're not gonna keep it on because it's not very good. The other one's getting fixed, but we do have a spare, so we could have been using the skid steer this morning, but we didn't because we forgot. You can definitely see it's all cracked and not very good, but it'll at least get us by. There. That stuff's too expensive not to lock it now. Guys, so it's much later in the day. Today has been a very interesting day, to say the least. So you can see we have the International on the K-brand spreader now. So that's just because I was being fussy. That spreader is the only spreader. I'm gonna get out of the wind somehow. Hold on. Awkwardly stand behind the International. This is the only spreader that we can use to spread out the rest of the manure that's in the pit because it's too solid. The other spreader can't handle that. If it even could, it would take it forever. So this is the one that would be best to use on the rest of the manure that's in the pit. we hooked it up to the International because I wanted to plant with the Massey. So we have the Massey all hooked up. The reason I wanted to plant with it is just because it's easier to see. I'll take you guys down and you can see what I mean. I love using the International, obviously. You guys know I love that tractor. But the reason I don't spread manure with it is because I love that spreader. So I get my pick of spreaders, really, but I don't get the tractor to go with it because the other spreader has 1,000 PTO hookup and the Massey doesn't have 1,000 PTO. And yes, you could get the spline that changes it over, but we just don't have one. I think we have one that goes the other way, but we don't have one that swaps around, if you know what I mean. So we got it all hooked up, which wasn't a big deal. I would have showed you guys that, but literally it's drop a pin, hook up 2 hoses, that's it. So it's not very interesting. We did try it out, however, though, right here. So you can see all the lines on the ground, and it does have seed left in it from when the last guy rented it. It's got some ryegrass seed in it. I don't know if there's a place where you can really see it or not, but it is working perfectly. I think I figured out how to use it. I mean, it's not hard. You drop it and it starts planting, but you obviously have to figure out how many pounds per acre you want, and I'll get into that all in the next video with you guys because that is what we're going to be doing tomorrow, and I'm super excited. But now I will explain why today has been kind of crazy. Actually, hold on. There's one more thing I wanted to show you. We also, you can see it's very windy, which is helping dry out the ground, which is why we're getting to be able to plant tomorrow. Brent and his brother did go pick up our seed today, so we got that all unloaded off the truck. So this is, let me see, 45 bags of just regular whole oats. This is the same kind that we planted before, so we have 45 bags there, and then we also have 5 bags over here left over from the last time we did oats, and those are fine. They've been in here the whole time. They've been dry, and that's fine, so we'll just use those first probably. Look at the barn from this angle. It just looks so magnificent. Notice anything different? I was going to explain to them the day we've had. The grain truck was supposed to deliver 3.5 ton of grain. It was supposed to deliver today. They called you and said, because we need it before the weekend because we're going to run out on the weekend. So they went to deliver it today, and they called you and said that the truck broke down.
Yeah.
Quite a ways away.
Yeah, over Warren, which is an hour from here probably.
Yeah.
So they finally showed up, and then he tried to, he was going to blow it in, and he blew about 2 pounds in, he said, and then it quit. So he had to auger it in the upright.
So yeah, the grain is in there, which did you move it with the skid steer?
Yeah, I just shoved it over. I like it over there better.
Yeah. It's backwards though. It's backwards though.
Yeah.
The spout is on the other side. That's okay, but no. But and then they couldn't blow all of the grain in there because it's not big enough to hold the amount that they bring, so they had to dump some of it on the ground. So I fed out some of that tonight, but I still have grain upstairs that I need to use.
There can't be much like that.
No, but there's a little bit. Then the cows came in awful. Both of the bulls came in and they didn't want to leave, and it was frustrating. This cow keeps pulling hay in. She's driving me crazy. Greta.
Cow's gonna take me away.
Yeah. We did get the skid steer tire though.
Yeah, I had a spare. I forgot about having that spare, but
yeah,
it's not as good as I thought. It's kind of rotten.
Yeah, but it's on there and it's holding up. You just loaded the bale with it and everything.
Yeah, I'll leave it on there. So
it should be fine, but yeah, so it's been an interesting day. Oh yeah, that's right. You went and got your eye done. How's well, not done, but you had to check.
Oh,
how is it?
Check. Still there. Can't see out of it, but it's still there. No, I've met a guy in the restroom down there. An older fellow. He said he was like 85 or something like that. He said, "Do I know you?" And I'm like, "I don't think so." And then he said, "I do. I know you." He said, "Oh, you're on the videos with." You know. And I'm like, "Yeah." And his name was Reno. Nice guy from way up in northern Maine. But he's loved the videos, and he loved you. I thought you were something else. So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, whoops, you can't see me there. If you're watching, hi.
Bye, Reno.
I'm cutting in here to say that I remembered the other things that were irritating me today and tonight. when I went around with the bale for the cows, before they came in, it got wrapped around the rollers twice, and that almost never happens unless the cows are inside and they're pushing the hay underneath the rollers when it's rolling, and then it can get caught and roll it up sometimes. But this time there were no cows in. I was just going along, and for some reason it started wrapping around the rollers. 2 seconds later it did it again, and that made me mad. I had to cut it out twice. You're on Greta's back, by the way, and she's like very interested in what's happening. So yeah, that was annoying. And then the calf that we have was just born like 3-4 days ago, acting perfect this morning, and then tonight it's laying flat out. Don't know why. I don't know, like 2 minutes ago it got up and acted normal, and now it's laying down again, acts like it's not gonna make it. So I don't know what's happening there, but update, I think he's messing with me because now he's standing up and eating and acting completely normal. So maybe that's just how he sleeps. I don't know, but I would prop him up and he would literally fall over like he wasn't gonna make it. And now he's eating. Is that all we're gonna be doing today? I mean,
milking.
well, yeah, besides milking the 70 cows, is that it?
375
Twice?
days a year, twice a day. Yes, that'll probably do it. Now, I got to put just a little air in that little tire, but I couldn't get that pump on it. The way it's a straight up stem, and I couldn't screw that on.
Oh, on the drill.
I can use that. No, yeah, it's soft. I mean, it's working, so maybe I'll leave it.
We used it. I mean, it was only 10 feet, but
maybe it's supposed to be soft, a little bit soft.
seemed to be working. Maybe, I don't know anything about.
I'll leave it the way it is. If it's working.
Yeah, random.
Just keep your eye on that little tire, because without that little tire, it won't plant.
I turn around and it's gone. I'm like,
that little.
oh, I'll be watching it.
You know that little one I mean?
Yeah.
That
The one on the front is just
it
way up
rides
high.
on-
Looks kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it rides on the ground, and it's ground driven off the tire.
Anyway,
And she says, keep it real, keep farming.
we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.